Hello, America. How's it going? It's Jonathan Bowdown once again. I've been a little sick lately. Just getting over it. Hadn't downloaded anything in a minute. But still a little sick, so bear with me. But I wanted to put something out since my last one. It was a little much. But it was, it's serious, with the 4G and, there's just a lot of bad things that go on in the world. Like I said, I love everybody, so I just want to make that clear, with the whole, talking about the homosexual thing. I love everybody, but it's just, it's all about, boundaries is what I'm talking about. The boundaries of things that are being pushed. Everybody gets offended, but nobody really cares to offend white men and Christians. They can throw us under the bus, laugh at us, make fun of you, all that stuff, and nobody bats an eye. But somebody says anything about anything else, and then it's racism and bigotry and hate speech and all that. Well, not everybody thinks the same, and it's like I said before, you can agree to disagree, and if you don't like me, that's fine, that's okay with me. If you like what I say, that's great. But even though I have some things that you might not like to hear, there's other things that you might want to hear that I have to say. So don't just write me off because I say one wrong thing, or you disagree with me on one thing. Hey, call me out. Throw a comment at me. That's fine. Let me know how you feel, and we'll go from there. We'll figure out a balanced and equal thing. But I think that we need more equality between what's relevant and what's not, and equality between straight white males and everybody else. I'm not saying that straight white males are different from everybody else, because we're not. We're just like everybody else. Yeah, our ancestors have done some pretty crappy stuff, but you can't just label me a racist or a bigot because of some shit that our ancestors did a long time ago. Things are different. I just want to love everybody. And the of course the Bible teaches and Christianity teaches to love everybody, but it also tells us that if you're a Christian, you are to try to bring people into the light. I'm not trying to force anything on you, and I never will force anything on you. I'm just trying to teach good things here on my channel as this Hello America, and believe that I will. Okay. I just wanted to say that real quick. But what I wanted to talk about today is really, it's family. Family don't just mean, mom, dad, brother, sister, cousins, aunts, uncles, nephews, and all that stuff. Family can mean just your best friend, your friends that you grew up with. They become like family. They're brothers to you, or your sisters to you, and family is very important. It's very important to keep in touch with your family. The main thing about family is in this day and age is a lot of families are being broke up. The father and the mother don't stay together. And hey, I'm nobody to preach that, hey, that's bad, because I have been divorced twice, and both the women that I was married to, that I divorced, we had children together. So, and it was hard on the children. It's very hard. Family, it's if there's any way to save a marriage, save it, for real. Don't just give up so easily. A lot of people, the main thing is about that is people meet somebody and they rush into a relationship with them, and they get married, you know, and it's all fairy tales and all this stuff. But soon the lust runs out, and next thing you know, it's divorce. Now, I do believe that I've spoken on divorce before, so I'm not necessarily going to talk about divorce, but what I am going to talk about is the fabric and what makes a good family. A father and a mother figure. You know, it really, you need both sides of the tape here. You know, and you know, in the fatherly way, you get the stern, you get the disciplinary. Not that a mother can't do this. Either one can do everything that I say, but I'm just going to put that out there. Either one can do both things. I know I have had to in the past. I've had to be mother and father a couple of times in my life, okay? Because I have custody of my children. So, you know, I wasn't a father that ran from his responsibility. I was there, you know. But, you know, if you get married and you have children, do your best to stay together, because a child needs that. And not only does children need a mother and father figure, they also need structure. They need a lot of structure. I mean, like a time thing, you know, a bedtime. They need a brush your teeth time, a bath time, a dinner time. And if you're religious, you believe in, you know, religion, you know, it's good to pray and say blessing over your meal as a family. But if you're not religious, at least gather around the table, sit at the table together, hold hands, and just say, hey, we're thankful for this food, and you know, just have family time. Everybody sit and talk to one another face to face. It's a real good time to get that in. Family's important. I mean, it's so important because you know, if you want to make children, if you want to have a family, the best way to make it right is don't lie. Don't lie to your spouse. Don't ever tell a lie. Tell the truth. Be truthful. Even if it hurts. Even if something bad's going to happen from it. But you can always save it. But if you lie and you live that lie for so long, it becomes it's like when you have if you had a cut and you didn't bandage it up or anything, and you just kept cutting, you know, kept scratching it over and over again, you know, and it kept growing, or I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good metaphor. You know, it doesn't matter. It just keeps growing. It's like a cancer. That lie becomes a cancer. And it just eats at you until you can't take it anymore. And then when it finally gets so big that it explodes, it's going to explode at the wrong time, and it can destroy a family. You know, so always be truthful, always be loyal. If you don't feel that if you don't feel that your spouse is fulfilling your needs or whatever it may be, tell them. You know, come out just straight out and say, look, this is wrong. Can you know, we need to talk about it. So just talk about it. A little more talking will go a long way. Nobody wants to live alone, and nobody wants to get married 5 times. You know what I mean? That's just all there is to it. You know, people want to, you know, you're gonna get to a point in your life where you want to settle down and you want to be with somebody, and you just want to be happy. You just want somebody to snuggle up to and tell them that you love them, you know. And you want your children to grow up to be happy and productive. So the best thing is structure and discipline. And always talk to your children. Talk to them like human beings. You know, don't talk to them, don't talk down to them like you're hey, I'm an adult and you don't know what you're talking about at all. Talk to them like, hey, you know, you're smart. You know your stuff. I know but you're young, and you got to remember that the dad or mom, we've had a little more experience than you. So just, you know, if you just listen to us, I promise you, we're not going to lead you in the wrong direction. So, and you know, a lot of times kids are going to fight you with that anyway. But it doesn't matter. You just keep at it. Don't give up. You know, don't ever tell your child. And the worst thing that you can ever tell your child is you can't do it, or that they're stupid. Okay, don't ever say those things to your children. You know, you break their spirit, you break their soul. Because believe it or not, children, all they want is acceptance. Okay. And if their parents tell them, you know, that you're great, you're smart, you love them no matter what, you know, hey, it's all it takes. Your children will love you. All my children love me, and yes, I've made mistakes, and my children have also made mistakes because, you know, I've been through divorce, so I know that what the effects on children what kind of effects it has on children. Very bad effects on children. Okay, it gives them, separation anxieties. It gives them just anxieties in general. Stability. Their stability goes out the door. So it's really best to really fight as hard as you can. If you can save your marriage, save your marriage. If you can't save it, by all means, just get a divorce as quickly as you can. Don't just ride it out. If you're fighting every day, just get it done as quickly as possible. But make sure that you make it to where you still have some type of family ordinance, okay, like a coordination. Don't stop. Don't yell and fight every time you exchange the children. Talk to one another. Tell each other what your child is doing, so each other's on the same page. You always want to stay on the same page, because that's family, and that's the way you got it. That's the way you have to keep. You have to do with children. Show them love and show them consistency, okay, and routine. Discipline, consistency, routine, love. That is it. Never tell them they're stupid, and never tell them that they can't do something. Bring them up, lift them up. And it's the same thing with your spouse. Never tell them they're ugly. Never tell them, because you can't take back words. Words can't be taken back. Once you speak it, it can't be undone. Okay, it's there. So watch what you say. Because it can have a ripple effect that can never be healed. Okay, so take it from me. Hey, I'm just a regular guy, but I've been through it. Okay, I know how to mess a marriage up, and I know how a marriage can get messed up. But also, family isn't just about a man, a wife, and or husband and wife, and children, or whatever marriage you're in. It's about your outside family, your brothers, your sisters. I just lost somebody that I considered a brother. No, he wasn't a brother by blood, but he was a brother. And it was a month ago that he's passed away at 42 years old, very young. And I had another person that I considered a brother die at 32 about 9 years ago. So, and these are people that I loved. I loved these people, and I did not spend enough time with them. So with family, always make time. Just always make time for family. Tell them that you love them. You know what I mean? So I feel like that both of the guys that I consider brothers, if I would have been a better friend, a better brother to them, then maybe I would have saw the signs, because they were too young. So you can kind of guess why they died. Okay? Problems. Okay? They needed somebody. They needed a hand. And now I feel like I should have gave more. I should have talked more. I should have been there more. So don't ever neglect your friends, your family. If you call them a brother, then you treat them like a brother. If you call them a sister, please treat them like a sister. Your mother, tell your mother you love her every day. Tell your father that you love him. Tell your children that you love them every day, and give them is all that you can give. Because once you become a parent, the children are more important, not you. Okay? So I'm going back and forth here, but I'm just trying to get it out as I'm thinking. Like I said, I've been sick, so I can't think 100% straight. I'm kind of under the weather a bit, but I think y'all get my point. But just don't lose a friend because you didn't know him good enough, or a brother because you didn't know him good enough. It'll weigh on you. Talk to them, hang out with them, call them up. Just call them up, send them a text. Say, hey, bro, how you doing? How you been? Been thinking about you. I love you. Let's get together. Let's go fishing. Just little things like that. Anything can change a person's whole demeanor, But yeah, family is the most important. It's the most important thing in this world right here. It's keeping your family together and knowing what everybody, knowing each other very well, so that you know each other's needs. Because you don't want to lose anybody at too young, and you don't want to fight, because I'm going to tell you, family's forever. They're going to be there, especially your blood family, Like I said, I know that you can have people that you consider brothers and sisters, but your blood family don't ever go away. You can stop talking to them, but they're always there because they are your blood, So it's really best to try to get along with them as good as you can, even if you don't really see eye to eye on a lot of things. But do your best to love them anyway. Tell them that you love them. Tell strangers. Try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt in this world. Anybody that comes up, just be a good person. Be a good family member. Be a good father. Be a good brother. Be a good uncle, grandfather, cousin. Be whatever you can be. Be the best. Speak to people with like every time you see them, talk to them like you hadn't seen them in ages. And when your children come to tell you something, don't be like, oh yeah, that's great, until you just get them out of your way so you can finish what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. Put down what you're doing and listen. You might learn something. You might just learn something from your children. They can really teach you something. I'm going to tell one little story, and it's funny, and I'm gonna end this one. I was sitting on my couch one day, and my youngest daughter at the time, she's 12 years old now, but my youngest daughter at the time, she was maybe 3 years old, maybe, could have been 2. She hadn't been walking, and she hadn't been talking plain, very, very long. She was 2 years old, I believe. And she had this little piggy bank, right? And it was just a little piggy bank, but on the bottom of the feet they had holes in it, so the pennies would fall out. But it had the little sticky things on the bottom to keep the holes closed, so you could set it on the counter. It was a little padding. Well, the padding sticky thing, it fell off one of his feet, so the penny started coming out. And she yelled into the living room. She said, "Daddy, Daddy!" And I was like, "What is it?" And she says, "My piggy bank is broken." I said, "I know. I saw that had come off earlier, buddy. I'll bring some super glue in a little while, and I'll super glue it up. And she said, no, just bring the duct tape. And I said, my goodness, you know you're a redneck when your 2-year-old says, no, just bring the duct tape. But this is Hello America. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, family's important. Show your love when you can, because you don't know when it may be the last time you see them. Every time you see your family, you let them know how much you love them, because you might not see them tomorrow, okay? Like I said, this is Jay the Bodine. Hello America. Subscribe, comment, like. Let me know what you think. Love you guys. I'm out.